Hello and welcome to Bored Stupid. My name's Wayne.
And I'm Matt.
And we're in double play today.
Yeah,
look at that. I got the memo.
I tend for the videos always to wear checked shirts and my hats.
Yeah, I don't have a theme.
I think that's my trademark now. And
my trademark
the other day I wanted to share and I was like,
no, don't change. Don't change it, mate. You've got a theme. My trademark is being handsome, devilishly handsome and charming. Don't at me. Right. So, this is the game that we've got in the middle. But we're not going to talk about it.
No, today we're going to do something slightly different. So everybody knows about Wingspan, probably one of the most famous game at this point in the board game community and out of the board game community. But no, we're not going to talk about this.
No.
What we're going to talk about today, we're going to give you some alternatives, 5 alternatives to Wingspan. So if you like the theme, if you like the mechanics, if you like a little bit the feel of the game, we got some 5 great picks, some other major games, some a little bit more
under the radar, maybe.
Yeah, under the radar that should have more hype for us. So yeah, that's the episode for today, and we're gonna start doing this for a few famous games. Yeah. So it's like, all right, if you like that game, what else is on the market that plays similar or got something more or less that will remember this or that game?
Absolutely. So if you want to find out what games are alternatives to Wingspan, what should they do first, Matt?
Well, first of all, you need to hit the flying red button that is here.
Ooh,
so you can find every time that we got a new video for you. And to be honest, guys, it helps massively us as a channel because so we can go out with the algo god of the
pray to the great algo god of YouTube,
and most of all, we get something back on the channels that we can invest and getting new cameras, new lights, and all that
good stuff.
And,
so hit subscribe, give us comments, give us likes, all that good stuff.
Yeah, but then if you need to do some shopping, why don't you check the Into the AM link down in the description using the Bored Stupid code that you can see here on the screen,
somewhere around here,
and that will give you a 10% discount on some amazing
super nice clothes, super nice t-shirts. But even better than the t-shirts, I think, is the casual wear. Yeah, really nice stuff. So if you're in the market for some new clothes, go check that out. Use our link, and we get a tiny little kickback. So that's good for us too.
Yeah, exactly. So we are all happy.
Everybody
and yeah, check out all those geeky t-shirts that they got, the Japanese themed one, the more like D&D style one. They're absolutely fantastic. We love the t-shirts. It's like very well fitted, and the materials are actually really good. And don't forget, they always do discounts or bundles to get you like the cost to go even lower, but we're giving you a 10% discount on top of every other discount. So have a look and do some shopping, and now we can talk about alternative to Wingspan.
Let's do it. Let's dive in. So, of course, the reason, or one of the reasons for this video, is because Wyrmspan is out. It's out.
Yes, it is. As you can see that everywhere, everybody's talking about the game. And, of course, I'm sure it's a fantastic game. Not really...
You're not sold?
Not sold.
Not sold on it. But because of Wyrmspan, Wingspan is in everybody's mouth again, and it's racing up all of the BGG hotness. And,
that's true.
And it's a tremendous selling game anyway, and we thought this is a tremendous opportunity to do this video. So with that...
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. So for our first pick for you, this will apply if you really like the nature theme of Wingspan and you want to lean into it a bit more.
Yeah.
And it also includes some things like open drafting.
Yeah.
But really, the game is just a tremendous game, Matt. What is it?
I do love it, and it's Cascadia.
The Spiel des Jahres in Cascadia.
Absolutely gem of a game. If you don't know about it, well... have a look at it because it's fantastic.
It's wonderful.
It does include, open drafting and tile placement, and so you got a little bit more of a strategy vibe rather than the tactical
card play by card play, engine building. Yeah.
But it's very much the theme of the nature is what drives the game. So you basically build your own little Oasis Park,
Yeah,
or where you can,
natural reserve.
Natural reserve.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you work with different elements, different type of tiles that represent different types of environments: the mountains, the forest, the meadows,
lakes,
and
etc.
yeah, it's a game that we play a lot. That we really like. And yeah, the nature themes is fantastic. So that's definitely, if you like that side of Wingspan,
yes,
this ties amazingly well. A lot of time we play Wingspan and then Cascadia straight after, or the other way around.
They're so good. And here's the thing, Cascadia is what people think Wingspan is, where Cascadia is what we would call a beginner's game.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas Wingspan really isn't. That's more of like towards the intermediate level, right? Or the next step. Sorry,
it's the next step. Yeah.
So, but Cascadia is certainly something you can intro, but I think people often mix those up. And
Wingspan
is easier than it is, because it's not really that easy.
It's not that easy. I keep losing my girlfriend every bloody time. I literally never won a game of Wingspan, and we play a lot, and I keep not understanding what I'm doing wrong. Probably the birds don't like me.
Maybe. He's not a bird guy, mate. He's a dog guy. So, but that's our number 5.
Yeah.
That's Cascadia. So, as I just mentioned, Matt is a dog person. I am also a dog person.
Yeah, you probably saw
Frank in some older videos. Exactly.
Well, we got my dog Juno that is sleeping
chilling
there
out
as
over there.
well.
Absolutely. And if you are a dog person,
well, the perfect game for you is Dog Park.
Absolutely, Dog Park couldn't be more perfect.
I do love Dog Park.
It's a great game.
I think for me, it's a better version of Wingspan. But hey, you tell me.
It's a spicy one.
I prefer dogs to birds, but in Dog Park you are a dog walker, and you got the open drafting elements where you pick the type of dogs that you want to build your tableau. So you got that very similar to Wingspan, and each dog will be different in terms of like they require different toys or treats or stuff like that to activate, to take them out on a walk.
Yeah, encourage them through the park. Yeah.
Exactly, and each one, as Wingspan, will have different powers that will let you create combos depending on which dogs you're taking out for a walk. The different mechanics for Dog Park is going to be this action selection, but in a linear way.
Yeah, if you ever played the game Parks, a very beautiful game as well, which could also potentially be on this list. This was really wonderful, sort of like a one-way system where you're doing different actions depending on how far you go. Kind of like that. And imagine like a rondelle, but in a straight line. I don't know what you'd call this.
Yeah, because the idea of the game is that you got your tableau of dogs, you select the ones that you want to take out for a walk, and then you need to, of course, get all the requirements. Pick the route through the park and do each action every time.
Yeah.
At the same time, the other player will interact with you, and this is why I say I prefer it to Wingspan, because there is interactivity piece with the other player.
Which it doesn't exist in Wingspan.
Yeah, so you basically, when you do this action selection on the board, you cannot do the same action as someone's already picked up.
So you have to jump over them or whatever.
Exactly. So there is a way that you can stop someone else from taking this or that action, or you want to get first to the end because you want to get the bonus. I find, because with the things that I really don't like about Wingspan is the lack of any interactivity with the rest of the players. That's something that probably that's a little bit.
Yeah, I know you love an interactive game.
And
that is what it is. So I'm a little bit more lenient in that way, but I 100% understand what you mean. And that's the difference with Dog Park and Wingspan. You get a little bit more interactivity. That adds a little bit of a different flavour with this sort of linear action selection type thing as well. So, and if you like dogs, Dog Park will be the one.
And there are so many dogs.
So many.
You can get think about all the birds that you got in Wingspan. You got the same amount of type of dogs. I just love it. I just love it. And I always have to pick this or that dogs, even if they're not that good as a card.
I'm always taking the Frank card, mate.
Yeah. So, I love Dog Park. Okay, Wayne. So let's say that they don't care about the theme. So nature, animals, or whatever is not for someone. What if I really like the mechanic of Wingspan?
But I want something else.
But I want some different, something that is not nature related. What do we got to offer?
Well, I would recommend, I'm going to dig back into my collection from the archive.
Yeah.
And when we break down Wingspan, what do we have? We have tableau building.
Yep.
And we have an engine build.
Yes, so you do have
those
your
really,
engine
those
build.
things
Yes.
really. There is the open draft as well, but it's much smaller. It's more about you build your engine and you let it run.
You build your tableau. Yeah, exactly.
And then there it goes.
Yeah.
And then you keep activating it, right? So I would recommend for you the Manhattan Project, which is a tremendous game.
We're going way back.
I say way back,
Yeah.
like 2012, something like that. I think so. Tremendous game. There's a bunch of different versions of it now. There is
That's true.
There was Energy Empire, there was Manhattan Project 2, etc. But the original one is great for this. Very similar in as much as you have an open draft. You with a cascading market. You take those cards and you add them to your tableau.
Yeah.
And you will build a pretty big tableau.
Yeah.
And that tableau is an engine that you will kick off to create different resources, turn those resources into different things, to eventually build nuclear weapons.
Yeah, that's the thing of the game. So
Somewhat different to Wingspan.
yeah, look, we're going way out of from the nature team. We're going
Got somewhere else.
Yeah, but it's named after the Manhattan Project. So
The clue was in the title.
yeah, kind of.
So it was in the title. But when you break down those elements, those things are all there. You've got the open draft, you've got your tableau build, and then you've got your engine building on there. It obviously has an element on top of that. And when we talk about complexity, Matt, what do we talk about? We talk about breadth and depth. So we're going wider here, where it adds another layer of worker placement as well on the central board, and then utilizing your own little workers on your main board to generate that engine. So it's a tremendous game. So if you want more depth and you want to really lean into the mechanisms more than the theme,
yeah.
Go check out the Manhattan Project or one of its fabulous sequels. Okay, Matt, so what else would people like if they want that sort of tableau building vibe, but they want that expressed in a different way? Maybe they don't like the theme as well, like we just talked about.
Well,
Maybe you want something smaller.
Yeah, if you want something smaller, something a little bit quicker, and you want some Vikings,
baby.
definitely, you should check Knarr.
Knarr is wicked. Such a good game.
Knarr is this Viking team game where you will gonna find more or less the same mechanics. So you're building your tableau, you are going out and you're using your tableau to go out exploring different regions. So there is a little bit of it's not worker placement, it's action. It's more action selection. But again, there is an open draft. So whatever you're doing, you're gonna pick one of the cards in the market, and it adds a little bit of set collection as well. To activate certain location or to do certain action, you will have to have X number of these or that color cards or type of cards. And I'm finding that it's a very recent game. Came out end of 2023, just for the US market, and now is in Europe as well. So I find it that is a brilliant game with fantastic artwork. It's easy to learn, it's quick to play. So if you don't want to play an hour and a half of Wingspan, that could be a very good solution to find an alternative with a more of a I don't know, someone will find it more interesting.
Maybe, and smaller as well, and potentially a pub game. It's that small you could take it with you. It might take up a little bit more space, but very good game. But Wingspan also does have some elements of set collection as well, where you've also got the different end round objectives.
Yes.
And then you've also got your personal objectives. So this leans into that more, where the game really drives you towards that set collection to help generate the resources that you need to then get exploring or get those bonuses. Tremendous little game, really good.
I really liked it. I think it was one of my news that surprised me the most in the recent past. So absolutely loved it. It's small. Go and check it out. It cost a fraction of Wingspan, so check it out.
Go check out Knarr. Okay, Matt, we're going to go to our final pick for the people.
Yeah, and this one is one of our favorite games.
It's just full on great. I mean,
and it links perfectly the theme of the nature and the mechanics.
The
So
tableau,
still tableau.
a little bit of an engine build, a little bit,
Adding worker placement, and we're talking about Everdell.
Of course, we're talking about Everdell.
That is a game that I only started playing like recently.
Yeah.
Just because at the start a little bit the team was a little bit not really sure if it's for
Quite
me.
cutesy, isn't it?
It's more
a bit
cutesy,
yeah.
and for something reminds me about Root.
Yes.
I at the start, I thought it was like, oh, is this like just a cute version of Root? No, not completely different games, completely separate. And again, I'm late to the party saying that Everdell is a fantastic game.
It's tremendous,
but I just love it.
It's great. So not only do you have this wonderful artwork, and not only do you have this tremendous production, Matt. The
production
is
way
it's
top.
Really,
Yeah,
really great production. You have a really fantastic game which blends worker placement brilliantly with a fixed tableau, which is very interesting. You can have no more than 15 cards, I believe, in your tableau. So that gives you this limitation that you must work towards. At the beginning of the game in the first season, you can do very little. But then as you get towards the end of the game, the arc ramps up and you're suddenly doing loads of stuff at the end. It's amazing. It really intensifies.
And you just mentioned the season. So the mechanics that I really love about Everdell is the fact that the game is divided in seasons.
Yes.
So you're going to have your winter, spring, summer. And depending on how you play, you might be way far ahead from the other players. So it's not like, oh, we finish at this point and everybody goes from spring to summer. No. That is depending on your game style or what you're doing. You could be in the summer where someone is still in winter.
It's amazing, yeah.
And this creates every time like a different type of game. You don't really know what the other are up to. So there is a lot of interaction in terms of like, oh, I'm gonna try to stop him doing that, but maybe it's too late now, or maybe it's too early. Especially with the worker placement, where you can stop someone from going and doing that action, or taking one card from the marker that you know they're gonna need it to complete their combo.
Happened to this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Twice.
But no, I find it one of the best game I've ever played.
Yeah, it's great. It's one of the greatest games released in the last decade. It's a phenomenal game. If you haven't played it already, thoroughly recommend it. So do go check out Everdell. So those were 5 picks for you that are alternatives to the wonderful and very famous Wingspan.
Yeah.
And we like all of these games.
Oh, we love them.
These
and
are
again,
all great.
These are very much like a top line description of the games. If there are any games in this list that you would like to learn more about it, you let us know in the comment. We might do
more than happy to talk about it, to do more like an in-depth video about it. Some of them we already plan to do it. Some of our recommend series stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So you let us know in the comment below which one you think is a good alternative in this list.
Yes.
And otherwise, which other games do you think could be an alternative to
Wingspan? Which ones do you think are not necessarily better, but what's an alternative to Wingspan if you like either the mechanisms or the theme or something between those two things? Let us know in the comments below. So hopefully you've left us a delightful comment, and once you've done that, please don't forget to
hit the subscribe button. First of all, thank you for if you've done it already. If you haven't done it, do it now.
Big
and then thank you.
Absolutely.
And next one, let's check the Into the AM link in the description using the Bold Stupid code for extra 10% discount on all the fantastic t-shirts. And what else?
We'll catch you again real soon.
Ciao.